available in the replica organization. How can the administrator meet these requirements? Option A. Create a developer sandbox. Option B. Create a configuration-only sandbox. Option C. Create a metadata sandbox. Option D. Create a full sandbox. Correct answer is option D. Next question is, which two deployment tools can be used to deploy metadata from a developer edition organization to another organization? Choose two options. Option A. Data Loader. Option B. Salesforce extensions for Visual Studio Code. Option C. Change sets. Option D. ANT migration tool. Correct answer is option B and option C. Next question is, an administrator wants to allow users who are creating leads to have access to the Find Duplicates button. Which lead object level permission will the administrator need to provide to these users? Options are option A, merge, option B, read and edit, option C, view all, option D, delete. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, what are three capabilities of collaborative forecasting? Choose three options. Option A, rename categories. Option B, forecast using opportunity splits. Option C, overlay quota. Option D, add categories. Option E, select a default forecast currency setting. Correct answer is option A, B and E. Next question is, Universal Containers wants customers who buy the Freight Container product to be billed in monthly installments. How should an administrator meet these requirements? Option A. Create a default quantity schedule on the product. Option B. Create a default revenue schedule on the product. Option C. Create a workflow rule on the product. Option D. Create custom fields on the product. Correct answer is option B. Next question is, a user has a profile with read-only permissions for the case object. How can the user be granted edit permission for cases? Options are option A. Create a permission set with edit permissions for the case object. Option B. Create a sharing rule on the case object with read-write level of access. Option C. Create a public group with edit permissions for the case object. Option D. Add the user in a role hierarchy above users with edit permissions on the case object. Correct answer is option A. Next question is, which three actions can occur when an administrator clicks Save after making a number of modifications to knowledge data categories in a category group and changing their positions in the hierarchy? Choose three options. Option A. Users are temporarily logged out of their ability to access articles. Option B. Users may temporarily experience performance issues when searching for articles. Option C. The contents for the category drop-down menu change. Option D. The articles and questions visible to users change. Option E. The history of article uses is reset to zero utilization. Correct answer is option A, D and E. Next question is, how can an administrator ensure article managers use specified values for custom article fields? Option A. Create a formula field on an article. Option B. Require a field on the page layout. Option C. Use field dependencies on article types. Option D. Create different article types for different requirements. Correct answer is option C. Next question is, the sales team has requested that a new field called current customer be added to the accounts object. The default value will be no and will change to yes if any related opportunity is successfully closed as won. What can an administrator do to meet these requirements? Option A. Configure current customer as a roll-up summary field that will recalculated whenever an opportunity is won. Option B. Use an apex trigger on the account object that sets the current customer field when an opportunity is won. Option C. Use a workflow rule on the opportunity object that sets the current customer field when an opportunity is won. Option D. Configure current customer as a text field and use an approval process to recalculate its value. Correct answer is option C.